My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. We're almost at 131,000 subscribers. Michael Cohen has yet again pleaded guilty to something that isn't a crime. This is unbelievable. You have actual criminals in Hillary Clinton who transferred top-secret intelligence outside the United States government onto a server outside the United States government. That's the big difference between Ivanka's emails and Comey's emails, and I believe Strzok and Page and Colin Powell, I know, used private email. That's the big difference. It's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. Hillary Clinton had servers outside the United States government that she controlled, that they were unencrypted for like close to 6 months. But she had a team of people, including Brian Pagliano, who controlled those servers. President Obama didn't know. The State Department had no authority to allow her to transfer special access program intelligence outside the United States government. That's the issue. Ivanka never did that. Now we have Michael Cohen's prior guilty pleas regarding campaign finance violations. Those aren't. He didn't plead guilty to actual crimes. Bradley Smith, the Federal Election Commission chairman, has already stated, I believe it was in a Washington Post article, that if Trump had paid Stormy or anyone else, if he would have paid those, if those would have been personal expenditures or expenditures that would have taken place prior to any campaign, so if he would have made the same payment prior to him running, well, then it wasn't only meant to influence the election. And of course, President Trump probably has a litany of those payments long prior to even running for president. The difference, Hillary Clinton did pay for the Steele dossier, and she would never have purchased the Steele dossier on President Trump with the help of Russian intelligence sources. By the way, if you look at Christopher Steele and how he compiled the dossier, she purchased the Steele dossier by funneling money through her law firm. She outsourced CrowdStrike, and CrowdStrike is the only company to look at DNC servers. And then the rebuttal is, well, they gave an image to the U.S. government. Why on earth should anyone trust the image of a company that was outsourced by Hillary Clinton? Would you trust the image from CrowdStrike? Trump Strike, if the RNC servers were allegedly hacked? No, you wouldn't. You would say, oh my goodness. Or Democrats would say, oh my goodness, Trump actually outsourced the company. Of course they're going to do Trump's bidding. Now you fast forward to today. Cohen pleads guilty in new deal with Mueller in Trump-Russia probe. So again, they're pleading guilty to things that aren't crimes. Mueller is getting people just on mere technicalities. Oh, well, he lied to the FBI. This is not Trump. The whole thing is supposed to be Trump-Russia collusion. Trump should have fired, in my humble opinion, he should have fired Mueller and just let the media, let people within the Republican Party like Flake and Sass and all of them simply weed themselves out. Perhaps he couldn't. Well, that's the thing also. He would not have been impeached. You need 2/3 of Congress to impeach. But here, President Donald Trump spoke more extensively during the presidential election with his then attorney Michael Cohen about the proposed Trump Tower project in Moscow. So what? So this means that he colluded with Russia? Did he take money from Uranium One into his foundation and then, coincidentally, sit quietly during a Committee on Foreign Investment meeting with Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch there, and every Obama loyalist? See, the Committee on Foreign Investment, when Joy Reid at MSNBC says, you do realize, she was speaking to somebody, she said, you do realize there was a Committee on Foreign Investment? Yes, Miss Reid, you do realize that it was full of Obama loyalists, including Hillary Clinton, who didn't say anything, yet would have been so tough on Putin. You do realize also there's a conflict of interest there. Money flowed into the Clinton Foundation, and beneficial treatment took place for the donors, as there's a pattern of behavior. Uranium One gave money, then Uranium One got the deal they wanted. 20% of U.S. uranium capacity sold to Putin. Then suddenly Putin's this madman. In 2012, President Obama stated in a hot mic to Medvedev, oh, well, you know what? Once I win, I'll have more leeway. Then they flipped the script like they always do. And Democrats and liberals, they don't care. They don't really... See, this is the thing. All of this media, the media and the Democratic Party, they don't really care about facts. They don't care at all. Now, I'm not a fan of Trump, President Trump. Like, he shouldn't have tweeted one of the tweets yesterday because it was factually wrong. I don't know what his point was in doing that, but the media has an even more egregious record of being factually wrong on things and actually just disseminating fake and dangerous and overtly false stories and news. The Guardian spoke to someone's proctologist, and oh yeah, Manafort met with Julian Assange. Was that the dumb story yesterday? There's so many fake news stories. That never happened. Now WikiLeaks is suing the Guardian. That never happened. They have not one shred of evidence for these things. But you get enough people to believe them. You get enough people to believe them, and oh my God, this. So now, with a litany of pay-to-play crimes, because the same logic they're using to bust Trump or hurt Trump is the same logic they use to defend, is the opposite of the logic they used to defend Clinton. With Clinton, you can't prove UBS giving money to the Clinton Foundation helped them. And with the IRS and Hillary Clinton, you can't prove Boeing giving money to the Clinton Foundation helped Boeing. You can't prove the Uranium One giving money to the Clinton Foundation helped the uranium sale. You can't prove that weapons deals, the countries gave money and then received exponentially greater weapons deals. You can't prove that 85 donors gave $156 million simply to meet Hillary Clinton. They just gave $156 million because they were nice people. And they happened to meet Hillary Clinton because it was a coincidence. It was a coinky-dink. With Trump, it's, oh my God, they've suspended the logic they used to defend Clinton to hurt Trump. President Donald Trump spoke more extensively during the presidential election with his then attorney Michael Cohen about the proposed Trump Tower project. So what? Then Cohen admitted it to Congress last year. Cohen said he pleaded guilty Thursday in a federal court to a charge from special counsel Robert Mueller. This guy, this is the equivalent of the McCarthy era. Number one, you have the same country. Were you a communist? You ever sympathize with the Soviets? All these things. Democrats lack a basic knowledge of history. That's the problem with Democrats. They don't even like Obama destroying Libya or Obama deporting 2.5 million people. Immigrants that Democrats claim to love. Cohen, who previously said talks about the Moscow project had ended in January 2016, just prior to the Iowa caucus, said he lied out of a sense of obligation to Trump. So what if Trump talked more about that? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? So they're trying to. So Michael Cohen is trying to say that Trump's written response is not. So what Mueller's going to then say, you see, you wrote something in the written response, and then Michael Cohen said something different. These are absurd technicalities that don't even correlate to actual crimes. That's why yesterday I did this, or 9 hours ago, whatever, I did this segment where I was like, President Trump, they're going after Ivanka, they're going after your family, do something. Please, President Trump, do something. This is insanity every single day. This not only annoys me, it gives more fodder and more justification for Democrats to just suspend their reasoning skills, whatever skills they had left. They hate Trump with a passion. They don't even care. They don't care. all the rational, logical, you can't prove this with Clinton. That's suspended with Trump. It's, he spoke about this more. So therefore, he worked with Russia, and also, he worked with Russia, and also he committed perjury in his written testimony. So there you go. I mean, it's like the whole thing is completely fabricated against Trump. All of this is gossip, hearsay. Let's see if Trump can perjure himself. They've gone to simply trying to undermine the President of the United States of America by any means necessary. He was elected. They still haven't gotten that in their brains. He was elected president. They don't care. They want him out of office. And they won't stop until this Mueller report's going to take on a life of its own in the brains of already brainwashed people who have been, longing for the gaslighting of Mueller. Every single day for 2 years, we've heard this, oh my God, Mueller probe. Oh my God, flip and sing. Oh my God, this. If they utilize just 1 ounce of suspicion, just one millionth of the suspicion they use against Trump, against Clinton already would have been indicted. She committed crimes. Trump did not. Trump did not commit any crimes. There's no evidence that he did. After 2 years, there's no evidence. If you had a 1 week investigation, call up Brian Pagliano, ask him how he transferred top secret intelligence outside the United States government. Have Uma Abedin flip and sing, and Anthony Weiner flip and sing, and Cheryl Mills, all these people flip and sing. You would have not only a case against Clinton, she would serve the rest of her life in jail, in prison. But you don't even need, the trial and the media circus and everything. Get Clinton indicted. That's it. I mean, it's like there's already enough evidence. Matthew Whitaker has already stated. Bottom line is Cohen pleaded guilty to something that isn't a crime. Okay? He pleaded guilty to Trump speaking more about a project he had in Moscow. That also isn't a crime. I'd rather have a president who had a building project in Moscow than a president who had a foundation that accepted millions of dollars from Uranium One, a Russian-owned firm, or a Putin-owned firm, Russian state-owned firm, that lobbied for 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to be sold to the Russian government. That's obvious. Nothing's been debunked about that. They use the word debunked. They have their own language. Things that are not debunked have been debunked. All of these nothing burger, no there there. There's no there with Clinton. There's there with Trump. They're in their own world. Trump needs to act decisively, just quickly. I made statements to be consistent with Individual One's political messaging out of loyalty to Individual One. Here we go. Cohen said Individual One was identified in court filings. So, oh my God almighty. Anyway, it's frustrating. And what they're trying to do is Cohen was also charged in Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office case with tax fraud and false statement. He's scheduled to. The guy once had a taxi empire, and no longer a taxi empire. His medallions are worth nothing now, or like a fraction of what they were worth. And Uber and Lyft destroyed, whatever he had. So they got him on shady business deals, and then he's now pleading against Trump. He's saying whatever they want him to say. This is Trump. What is he waiting for? I understand. I get it. He's waiting for this, that. Whitaker needs to act quickly. He has Whitaker. You know what my friends tell me who are like hardcore Democrats are like, well, what is he waiting for? If Clinton's guilty, he has the Justice Department. He even has Matthew Whitaker. So what's Trump waiting for? He has until June with his own handpicked Department of Justice Attorney General, who said that he would indict Clinton. Just level the playing field. That's all. That's very simple. Give me your thoughts below. They're trying to get Trump on a perjury trap. They're trying to get Trump on anything they can without any correlation to reality. They can't find actual crimes with Trump, so they got to get him on perjury. And even then, they're not going to get him. They're not going to impeach him. They don't have Congress. And where Clinton actually did commit crimes, if you think that it's the same as Ivanka, the email, you don't understand. You're ignorant of the actual crimes that Clinton committed. Top secret intelligence was transferred surreptitiously, illegally outside the United States government onto servers in her basement and throughout the State Department, that the State Department had no access to, by the way. So you're talking about a government within a government, the Clinton Foundation, little mini government, and nobody said anything. You cannot transfer classified intelligence outside the United States government onto a server that you own that nobody has access to. That's what Clinton did. Ivanka, Colin Powell, they didn't do that. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. They're trying to get Trump on perjury because they don't have any real criminal behavior that he's committed. Because he hasn't committed any. Give me your thoughts. Hit subscribe.